You got to be really careful on what you think is true out there. I don't know if some of this is AI generated, but you got rings on different fingers. You've got him saying that it's probably this guy. Got Elon Musk coming out saying it's going to take care of the family, donating $1 million in portraits. Even got Melania Trump coming out saying that she's going to take care of him too. And for those of you that watch Charlie Kirk, you know that there's this guy. Which you throw a black hat, black shirt on, bill down, looks like the same guy as well. And just recently coming out, Tyler Robinson confessed to offing Charlie Kirk to his own father, Matt, a 27-year-old veteran of Washington County Sheriff's Department. His mother, Amber, works at a disability care service, a family with ties to law enforcement and social work, and their son admits to doing it. People are saying, unbelievable. That's not all. How is it that 72 hours, I believe before it even happened, books are published? People are throwing up biographies that were put out before it even happened. Not sure if you guys seen it, but there's footage of a guy climbing off the roof with supposedly the thing that he used, and you guys won't believe the narrative they're trying to spin. A lot of people saying there's stuff that's just not adding up. I don't watch a lot of guys. Charlie Kirk was one of them. And you know why? He was good at his job, helping people to think for themselves. Not believe everything that they're told, but to engage in good, honest debate. I'm one that doesn't like telling people what to think. How about you get the information and think for yourselves? Now, I don't know what you guys believe. I know a lot of you guys have been doing a lot more research than I have, so throw it in the comments down below right now. The most important stuff that you guys have dug up, because new stuff is coming out every hour. Got a lot of people saying, this is it. This is gonna wake up America. This is gonna be a turning point. Do you guys think that's what it is? Now, I'm gonna finish this off with what the FBI came out and told the world this morning, in case you missed it. But let me show you a few other things that have caught my interest. Lots of stuff that you guys have been sending me. I'm gonna share it out to all y'all. But do you know what he was talking about when it all went down?
The reports that I saw were that Charlie was in the middle of talking about the epidemic of transgender mass shootings. And it makes me sick for many reasons, but to think about the idea that Charlie is doing this tour. Why? Because he wants to have a respectful dialogue with people who don't agree with him. That's the entire intention. That's why he sits there and he invites people up to the mic. He doesn't have to have a mic there. He doesn't have to invite people with opposing opinions up there. The literal intention behind all of this is to have a civil debate, regardless of your opinion. And apparently, in this country, you can't have a differing opinion from the woke radical ideology without someone attempting to f***ing kill you.
Now, like I said before, I don't watch a lot of people on YouTube. I do a lot of research. Charlie Kirk is one of the few people that I have watched that entertains me. He brings up good points. I love the debate. I want to hear perspectives from all points of view, and I want to hear who has the better points. Trust me. I'm stirred up about the whole thing, honestly. Makes a person like me pretty upset. I'm not sure if you guys know what he wanted to go down being remembered as, but I'll let you guys know.
How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die?
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith.
His biggest thing is that he wanted to be remembered for the courage of his faith. Now, like I said, there's all kinds of stuff circulating. It's going to get a little bit wild before it gets any better. And we're going to keep getting crazy information. I've heard a lot of analogies, a lot of perspectives, a lot of things that even ex-professionals that know about stuff are saying it doesn't add up completely at all. This one right here, for example, there's dubs out there with rings on the wrong finger. Got people coming out saying what they think. This person said they took hours to figure out what they wanted to say on social media. They said it's a professional hit. That shot from that distance, someone knew what they were doing. This person says the old man was a decoy. Other people are saying the kid's a decoy too. They're saying the decoy is just to give the real person time to get out. People saying it's a thought through mission. The range, the marksmanship, 300 yards is mentioned here. A lot of people saying planned, and there's a lot of uprise on coming out for people that feel the same way, believe the same way as Charlie Kirk. And I'm gonna spare you all the stuff on social media about that because this video won't go very far. Most people have seen these images. They're saying that this is the authorities in Utah released additional images of the person. I even watched the FBI broadcast, which I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes, of enhanced photos of who this person was. Even got celebrities coming out saying, we're going to take care of your family. A lot of people stepping up. Now, like I said, this is just one example. There's many out there where there was publications before this even happened. And I'm talking like 24 hours, 72 hours. If you guys got extra information on that, put it in the comments. Then there was this guy that was circulating, and I swear, it looks a lot like the same guy that they have in custody. And I've seen him try to debate Charlie in the past. Check it out.
Up to the mic. So now we know that you're like a blatant narcissist that needs attention at all times to cut in line. Tell us what's so pressing that you needed to interrupt us before he could even talk.
So, let's talk about the 200 people deported without due process to El Salvador. I don't know if you saw this morning, but a United States citizen was actually deported.
It was not a U.S. citizen. That's not correct.
Liar.
It's not a U.S. citizen. It
What?
was actually...
Come on.
No, it was someone that was living
Liar.
here. Yeah, it was not a U.S. citizen.
Hey, this guy just f***ing lies. It's not.
No.
Hey, no. You wanna have a debate, but you don't.
It was
debate.
not a U.S. citizen. First of all.
You wanna have a debate, but you actually don't debate. There's nothing more ill-fated than this.
So
No, you're not.
we already have a mic.
Name two times. Name two times where you've changed
Show
your
me
mind.
you're losing without telling me you're losing.
What? So you're just gonna lie?
Well, first of all, it's not a U.S. citizen. He was living here for a while. He was part of MS-13. Answer yes or no.
Okay.
Should members of a terrorist organization be able to stay in the United States after they've murdered and gone after
No,
American citizens?
obviously no.
So we have deported those people back to their country.
He's a liar.
So, okay.
He can't debate. He just
Okay,
lies.
so let's just
What,
calm
you don't
down
like
a little
freedom
bit.
of speech?
Well, I mean, you could say whatever you want if you want to make a fool of yourself, but we do have like 10-year-olds here and 11-year-olds, so can
I
we
don't
have some
care.
decency?
Whatever.
Okay, you don't care. You're a typical leftist because you only care about yourself,
Who said I was
not
a
about the
leftist?
other people.
Who said I was a leftist?
Well, it's very clear by how you're acting.
Okay, so I played that full thing. It was a clip on X showing you that this guy has had some interaction. And a lot of people were thinking that that was the guy. There's some other aspects to this that just does not make sense before I show you what the FBI wanted to tell the world this morning. They're like, this is what we've got. We were expecting a lot more. Little disappointing at what the FBI has to give the world this morning. That was my thoughts. But before I show you that, this guy has some really good insights on what was used and the realistic applications of what happened.
I know I shouldn't do this. I'm risking an awful lot to go up against this FBI, the MAGA FBI. Something's very wrong with what I just heard. I mean, I watched it. I was hoping that they had caught the bastard who shot Charlie. So we saw a video of a person jumping off the roof. It looked very legitimate to me. However, there was no rifle in his hand. Now, the Mauser does not break down very easily, incidentally, for those of you who know. Something's wrong with the whole thing.
And when he says Mauser, he's referring to the brand of the item that was used. And he states that the disassembly of this thing is difficult and not fast. When you heard the bang go off and immediately there was someone running. Basically, he's saying there was zero time to disassemble this thing, to fit it into a backpack. And then listen what else he has to say.
They're trying to claim he removed the barrel from the Mauser and fit the receiver and stock in his back and barrel in his pants leg all in 2 seconds. It is not easy to remove a Mauser barrel or index it after reinstalling and remain accurate. We are not hearing or seeing reality. And by the way, the photo of the allegedly left in the woods has the barrel installed. So we're supposed to believe a guy is on the run after killing Charlie Kirk, and he pauses in the woods to reinstall a barrel, and then he leaves it for us to find, the FBI to find. I don't believe a word of it.
If that's the way it went down, does that make sense to you guys? You're gonna tear down something that in lightning speed, like I'm talking record-breaking speed, which is probably not even doable, and then you're gonna hike off this big roof, run into the woods, frantically put the whole thing back together, back in the box or on top of the box, so that it's easy to find. Am I missing something here? Because if that's the way it went down, that don't sound right, does it? Put it in the comments, let me know.
But I can't take it anymore. I can't take the bull from this f***ing government. It's lying to us. Something's wrong. Something's so wrong, it's sickening. Look at this idiot. They found the rifle and they're getting the prints. Are you stupid? Are you that stupid?
The bottom line is, we found what was used, we're getting fingerprints off of it, all at the same time that the rest of it just doesn't add up. What's your guys' thoughts on that? This is another huge thing that's circulating right now. And if you guys got stuff on the bigger stuff that's going on, a lot of us have heard with Charlie going down the road of some other stuff, there could have been some really big players that could have been part of this with some of the stuff that he was digging up and talking about. Now let me end, because some of you guys were probably working this morning and didn't get to watch the FBI release. I filmed the entire thing. Let's watch what exactly they said, and trust me, I was expecting a lot more at this rate, but more and more I feel like we're not getting much and they're relying on us 100% to do their job.
So here you see the suspect ran behind that upper building. He's going to come out on the right, moves to this far right corner. As he does, he's going to climb off the edge and then drop down to the ground. As he did that, he left some palm impressions. There's some smudges, some places we're looking to collect DNA. There's a shoe imprint where we believe the suspect is clearly identified as wearing Converse tennis shoes. Again, we'll replay that again so you can get another view of that. It's important to note his black t-shirt, his black pants, and there appears to be some white on the soles of those Converse tennis shoes. Those are all identifiable items that we're looking for. In the stills that are going to follow this, you're going to see a very distinctive t-shirt with an American flag and appears to have an eagle on it. There's also a baseball cap with a triangle on it and a pair of sunglasses. All distinctive, all things that we would ask the public to look for and try to identify if they know someone who has those items, who has been seen wearing those items. We're looking for all that information. Here you see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area, around the parking lot. We're going to pan to the right. After he crosses the street, this is where he moves over into the wooded area. This is the video evidence that we utilize to track his movements and to locate that firearm in that wooded area following the discovery of this evidence. Good. You want to go to the stills?
Okay, now there was what was said, and then I'm looking at the same video that everyone's looking. They're talking about he jumped off the roof with a backpack. From what I see, he had a backpack on. He had a backpack on, and then he dropped off with a carrying case, which looks like some kind of smaller semi-auto type of compact carrying case. I don't know why they didn't mention that. This is what I'm talking about. This is the part where the clarity is so, like, do these guys even know what they're talking about? Clearly he didn't jump off with everything intact, right? It did possibly have to be broken down and put into that kind of subcompact carrying case aside from the backpack that he had on.
I mentioned these have been enhanced, so these are slightly different than what we introduced earlier. Please pay close attention to the t-shirt. Like I said, very distinctive with that American flag and that eagle. The hat with the triangle and the sunglasses. If you go to the next picture, please. The backpack as well. All identifying features that we're hoping the public can help us identify and lead us to this suspect. Next picture. And again, there's a better picture of the hat with that triangle logo, and again the t-shirt. Blue jeans, and you get a good look at those Converse tennis shoes as well. We have pushed these out. We'll continue to push these out.
So like I said, some stuff that I noticed from the official FBI footage, backpack was more full in these photos than when he jumped off the roof. To me, it looked like he was wearing a backpack. half as full, and there was some kind of subcompact carrying case that was left behind. But what I also heard was it was in some kind of brand new box, like you just purchased the thing, and fully intact, either sitting on top of the box or in the box.
And we just ask for the public's cooperation through the public. The tips that have been coming in are what are giving us our next leads and enabling us to continue to further this investigation. We've had great cooperation from the public, and we're continuing to ask for that as we move forward. Thank you, and I'll turn time back over to Governor Cox.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Mason. I want to thank Director Patel.
While you guys are watching this, just throw in the comments your guys' thoughts. I want to read through your guys' comments, see what you guys are digging up.
We appreciate our local law enforcement here. Again, we have Mike Smith, who is the county sheriff here. We have all of our local chiefs of police that are here as well, all working hand in hand with the state and with the FBI as we move forward with this investigation. Now, just give you a little more. We will not be taking any questions at this time. We're giving you the latest information we have, being as transparent with everything that we have. But I do want to share a couple things that I think are important. We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing. This case also highlights the dedication of our law enforcement community. We have 20 federal, state, and local law enforcement partners that are working shoulder to shoulder to find the person who committed this horrific crime. With their support, we've completed nearly 200 interviews. As you're aware, as has already been reported, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the identification and arrest of the person responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. We also continue to implore the public to support this investigation and come forward with any information. We are truly hopeful that this video and new photos will lead to even more tips. We are processing. We have an incredible team, a state and federal team working together to process those tips. We're going out in tandem to interview any potential person of interest or suspects. But we need, again, we need as much help as we can possibly get. Any videos or photos that you might have, the public, should be submitted to our digital media tip line, which is www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. Again, that is fbi.gov/Utah Valley shooting, all lowercase. You can also provide general tips about the shooting by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 1-800-CALL-FBI, or at tips.fbi.gov. This is, I would just say, this is not just a local matter here in Utah. We have people all over the country that are helping to bring this perpetrator to justice for Charlie Kirk and his family. I will just add as well that, as was mentioned, there is a lot of forensic evidence that is being processed right now at both the state lab and the federal labs, federal lab on the East Coast. So we are working in tandem together. I would also just add a word of note for those people who are spending so much time on social media. I think Charlie said it best, that when things get bad, we should put our phones down and spend a little time with our families. There is a tremendous amount of disinformation. We are tracking our team, the state team, and I'm sure the federal team as well. What we're seeing is our adversaries want violence. China, we have bots from Russia, China, all over the world that are trying to instill disinformation and encourage violence. I would encourage you to ignore those, to turn off those streams, and to spend a little more time with our families. We desperately need some healing. We'll have more to say about that in the days and weeks to come. More than anything, we are going to catch this person. Last thing I will just say is we've been working with our attorneys, getting everything that we need, affidavits ready, so that we can pursue the death penalty in this case, and that will happen here in the state of Utah. Again, to the public, to those who are grieving, thank you for your prayers. I know we are feeling those prayers. I know the KIRK family is feeling those prayers as well. We pray that God will bless our nation at this very dark time. We can start healing by finding this perpetrator and holding him accountable, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the whole thing, uninterrupted. I wanted to play out the whole thing because I know you guys are going to get clips of it on social media and not get the whole thing. Anyway, I've been following this thing, getting lots of stuff from lots of people. Some people saying that they're thinking that there was up to 4 people involved, decoys and all kinds of stuff. The guy on the other side of him that was making some weird hat gestures, checking his time. There's a lot of things developing and more coming out. And yeah, when it comes to social media, there's going to be a lot of disinformation. There's going to be a lot of things just fighting for views because they're making money. But then there's going to be the things that actually happen that just don't add up. Again, I don't like talking about this stuff, but I had to give you guys some stuff that was coming in from the community. Everyone has the right to their own opinion. I'm currently disturbed that this is how something played out on someone that to me was reaching out to the younger generation, promoting thought, reason, and flat out thinking for yourselves. Again, curious what you guys are going to throw in the comments. Put it down there. Let me skim through it. I'll keep you up to date if anything else happens that's pretty crazy, and I got a lot more coming down the pipe for you. Make sure the notification bell's on. You guys are still subscribed. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.